All right, check, check. Back. Don't know if it's working, but I'm monitoring my CPU settings. I mean, not really. I don't know why my CPU is not really working that hard, so I don't know what's going on. Well, bonds are certainly... This is not good for the market. It might be short city. We will see. This is going to mean gold is going to get hammered here. All right, let's see. We're up 400 from platinum, which is great. I think everything's going to be headed quite a bit lower here now that bonds are breaking through that support level. Platinum, nice trade from earlier here, shorted right here. Go ahead and look at dollar, still holding at 109. I mean, the fact that the ultra bonds are breaking down here means right now nobody is stepping in. I think bonds are breaking the floor here, you guys. Uh-oh, no data. Strange. I don't know. YouTube, my computer's fine. I don't know what's going on, but let me know if anybody can hear me, because the YouTube streaming software is also acting up a bit. But my computer is, you know, fine. It's not my computer. I don't know what's going on. All right. So, okay, looks and sounds good. Well, we'll try. I'll hang in there as long as I can. You can rewind the stream if you couldn't hear me before. I'm just saying that bonds look like they're very weak now, which means I think it might be short city for some of the metals. So I'm just exhausted. I'll hang in there as long as I can. Otherwise, you might have to short without me, but we'll see. Because I gotta get, I don't know why the computer is, I don't know why the computer is doing this particular issue. Let's look at ultras. Okay, so looks and sounds good. Everything's looking and sounding good. Just something. Okay. We're looking and sounding good, which I think is nice. Apparently. Let's go ahead now and see what we've got setting up, you guys. This is, I mean, as it looks right now with the ultra bonds, this is a pretty big break of support. Which means gold, I mean, this could be ugly today for gold and silver and platinum and just about everything. These are the ones that I want to focus on. So far, the dollar's kind of holding steady at 109 against the euro. You know, platinum really looking weak. But now it's just a matter of, okay, if we're going to continue to head down here, I want to see bond. Yeah, look at silver, you guys. So just waiting for a little bit of a... Now it's all about the 15-minute chart. If these things keep heading lower, we'll just keep cycling through bonds and metals and look for some sort of a pullback on the 15-minute chart to see if we can get short, whichever one wants to let us get short at a good price. I am not attached to the market. Whatever market wants to give us money is absolutely fine. Take a look at the 10-year. Yeah, this is a big break of support here for the Treasury market. Big. So I think it is short city, Steven. I just got a little bit of a headache from my lack of sleep, so I might have to pop a Tylenol here soon. And that's why when I get a headache, the bright light is even brighter, so I'm like looking like this. My Clint Eastwood look. All right, but that's fine. Hang in there. We're definitely in short city. Well, you guys don't need me. I'm gonna hang in as long as I can, and we'll do what we can. But just know, just all you have to do today is just keep an eye on the bonds, and as long as they stay below the lows from yesterday, really the close from yesterday. I mean, metals and bonds are dropping. Just wait for pullbacks on the 15-minute chart, and there you go. So Steven, still coming across okay? Okay, thanks. You all good on your end? Everybody good? Everybody making some money? So, all right, so we are now just waiting. The market, bonds and metals are where we want to be today. We want to be short, and we're just, you know, this thing could end up trending down the rest of the day. So there's no rush. Just wait for a nice little pullback. Here's silver. I mean, aggressive traders could just, you know, depends how big your account is and how aggressive you are, but you know, it's looking, as long as bonds hold that level. I mean, these things are going down. I wait for pullbacks, because the reason I wait for pullbacks is that I just don't want to, even though it might just keep dropping and then I don't get in, I don't like to short, let's say silver down here, even just one contract, and then it goes all the way back up here and you're in the whole $800. It's just not my kind of trading. Some people like that. They'll just short, and if it goes back up here, they'll short way more. I mean, if that's your personality type, it's just not something I like to do. Because you do that and you get caught with a bullet in the back of the head one time, it's just not fun. You think, I'll just go in here, why not? And then it, you know, retraces and you're down $1,000 and you're like, you know what? It's gonna go back down. I'm just gonna go in more. And then it keeps going higher. Then you're like married to that position mentally. Like, and these are the situations that you can really get yourself in trouble. So for me, I've obviously done that, you know, a long time ago and learned my lesson. So now I'm just the kind of trader where I like to just pick my spots, and they're kind of like line in the sand spots. And I just know, like, this is my spot, you know, I want this level to hold if I'm, you know, buying support or selling resistance. And then I just know. And if it, like, you know, starts going against me and my level's breaking, I just get out. So that's why I wait for pullbacks. And does that mean that I miss trades a lot when I'm right on where it's going? Yeah, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is, you know, trading and the, you know, the how you enter trades and how you manage your trades with taking profits and stops. All that stuff's where the rubber meets the road, and everybody does all that differently. I'll check that number here in a second. See what the Michigan number was. Oh, wow. 78.8 against a forecast of 70 and a previous of basically 70. So Michigan consumer expectations knocked it out of the park, which means the consumers are feeling extremely, you know, excited and bullish, and they want to spend money, which means that maybe the Fed needs to keep higher for longer, which means bonds are dropping, rates are dropping, you know, metals are dropping. All this stuff this is very bond and metal and stock market negative. I haven't even looked at the stock market. Don't care today, but wow, ES at 48.22. Yeah, that's we'll take a quick look at ES. Yeah, I mean, still just not. I mean, it's going down, and I don't think it's looking good for stocks, but I want to trade the quote unquote easier money, which in my view is bonds. But here you see, this is going to be really interesting, you guys. You see, bonds are, this is the ultra bond. Let's see. I mean, this is a, right there is a pretty big exhaust on the 15-minute. You do have some support here. So is this going to be one of these situations where the Fed steps in here? It still could be. Let's see. May not be short city yet. We're going to wait and find out. Say, Andy, you're changing your mind. Yeah, the market's moving. I have to, you know, process information as it comes in. So it's like we started selling off and now we're kind of getting back up to where we were before the announcement. The lows have broken here, but sometimes they break them and pull them back in. And that's a, you know, when that happens, look out because we're going back the other way. So if it's not going to be short city, it might be long city on the bonds. Just for a temporary day bounce. Not saying we're there yet. Just I'm watching, I'm waiting. And when I watch and I wait and I'm not clear, I wait, right? When something gets clear like Platinum did earlier, we take the trade. The best advice I can give is don't force the issue. Don't trade out of boredom. Don't trade because you're, you know, feel like you have to make money today or whatever. Just have a system and wait for the market to give you whatever your setups are. And just patiently wait for those and take them. That's what you got to do. I mean, look, bond market's just stalling out here. So, and I'm stuttering. What happens when you're going on? You know, normally I think I need about, I don't know, I feel pretty good on 8.5 hours of sleep. But the last few days I've been getting 6 hours. And for me, that just kind of catches up. I need my sleep. But because of my lack of sleep, Steve is on the verge of passing 3 Apex funded accounts, valuation accounts. That is worth it, my friend. That makes me happy. All right. So gold, I mean, gold's looking weak. I don't know. We're gonna see. We get more information here because if bonds, I mean, the 10-year is gonna, the ultras are rallying here. It's interesting. Let's look at the 10-year. The 10-year is gonna tip us off. Yeah. Now this could be. See if I can find a similar sort of day. I call this scenario analysis. So here's the daily chart for the 10-year, right? This is the daily bar chart. OMA on it. Volume profile composite. Don't worry about that right now. But you pay attention to this. Oh, I don't have my drawing tools because I thought, you know, maybe I'll just save some CPU resources. But look at this bar here, right? That's the daily bar. Now we're going to find a similar situation where kind of here, you see, I mean, this is, we weren't trending down as much here, so this is a little different, but you see how we're kind of leaking lower here. You've got some support building. And at one point during the day, you know, this was down here and then boom, you know, somebody steps in and does a lot. It takes a lot of bond buying to move the market like that. And you just never know, like that can happen in any market, of course, but really in treasuries as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if we get, I mean, either way, I think there's going to be some opportunities. Market still looks weak. I'm hoping bonds break this low because it's going to make shorting metals the rest of the day not easy. Nothing's easy. You can have the best trading setup in the world and you can still fuck it up, or the market will do something. So nothing in trading is ever easy. But at least if bonds break this support level, we should have some decently clear sailing to the downside for bonds and metals. And I'm liking the metals because they're still relatively elevated, you know, compared to the bonds. So they could catch down to the bonds. That makes sense, Steve? Yeah, I probably will just get a streaming PC. That's a good idea. As soon as those other streams, as soon as the people watching the other streams figure out you can actually make money watching this stream, it's going to fill up. But right now, nobody knows you can make money over here except for you guys who are here making money. Because I think generally people who are following the streams, they're going to find making money for themselves more fun than watching another guy scalp. That's just my take. We'll see. All right, crude is nice and bullish. Nat gas just getting slaughtered. Look at platinum here. Oh yeah, I mean, Steve, platinum. Okay, guys, game plan for the rest of the day, you know, especially if bonds stay subdued, is, you know, platinum. Here's the platinum hourly chart. We can keep an eye on this. Anything up into 917, 918 would be beautiful to get short. I'm not going to set an order. We'll have confirmation if and when the market gets there. So platinum, definitely wait for an opportunity to get short. I think copper's, we already took advantage of copper earlier in the week. Platinum, gold and silver and bonds look better right now. Well, not bonds, depending if that low breaks or not, but platinum, look at silver. Copper, I'm not super interested right this moment, but here's silver looking nice and weak. I'm liking silver. I mean, if we can get a just really any pop at all on silver. Where's a good pop on silver when you need it? You know, sometimes silver just out of nowhere right now, you know, it'll just rally. We could use one of those right now. We want to get short silver. So we're going to wait to try and short silver. We have got quite a lot of resistance at about 2276. So that's a level we're going to be keeping a close eye on. So let's keep an eye on silver. Gold, you know, if I have a choice to short gold or silver, I'll always take silver. If I have a choice to short, you know, silver or platinum, I like shorting those, or longing, but I like trading those better because gold can just be a bit schizophrenic sometimes. I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with gold futures. I love the physical metal, obviously. Just the gold futures. But that's what's good about the metals. You know, they typically, you know, you can, if you see them all setting up, you can pick the one you like the best, like we did with platinum earlier. $22.77. Yeah, that's a good level, Steve. I'm glad you picked that out. Oh, you wanted me to look at the volume profile for crude as well, right? I forgot about that. I was having PC issues. I'll check that in a sec. Let's just look at crude here. Yeah, what'd you say? Short back to 73. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad, depending on the risk tolerance, but I don't, the daily and the weekly look pretty strong right here, so I wouldn't short it, but that doesn't mean it can't go back to 73. Crude's been crazy. But in my view, there are better trades to wait for. Yeah, I would wait for the long. Yeah, I find that's one really good piece of advice that, you know, if you're waiting for a market to get to a specific level, right? Like, say right now, this example, because it came to my mind talking to Steve, like if crude got down to $73 or something, right? And that's the level. Right now we're at $74 ish, right? Just round up. If I'm looking to get long at $73, you're obviously doing that because you have a long bias, right? That for whatever reason, whatever technical analysis you use. So if I have a long bias for crude, it's let's say 73 because of everything I'm seeing. I don't recommend, when crude's at like 74, you're like, you know what? I mean, I'm going to get long at 73. So why don't I just short it from 74? I mean, I'll just make $1,000 per contract. I mean, it's going to go there. I'm not saying you were going to do that, Steve. I'm saying yours truly did that a lot in the past. And it's not a good situation because sure, it might go down there, but a lot of times it won't go down to where you wanted to get long. It'll go higher and it'll squeeze you out. And then your new entry long is higher, right? So I think it's really smart to try and pick what you think is the strong side of the market and play from that side. Now that means you obviously have to have some idea how to pick the strong side of the market. But and that means, I think that's been also for me one of the hardest things that I'm finally getting comfortable with in my own career is I'm totally okay now just watching, just watching markets move. I don't need to be in them and I don't have to catch every little thingy, and I wait for my stuff and I'm okay with it. And I think it takes a while, to get to that point. So if the earlier you can get there in your trading career, your trading adventure, trading journey, the better off you're going to be. Did that resonate, Steve? Exactly. Steve said, I've done that too. I invented trade setups like this. Exactly. That's a great way to put it. Perfect. You invent trade setups like this. Like, oh, well, it's definitely going down there. So why not? Just a good way to get killed. All right. So what are the bonds doing? And you're doing. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, you guys. I mean, the fact that we're not seeing immediate follow through on this break of support, and the fact that ultra bonds in 30 years are back inside the lows. Look at the volume here on the 15-minute chart. Big volume. A lot of people went short. If we reverse, a lot of people might have to cover. Volume profile. Giving a whole lot of information right now, but if we get back above 125.17, I don't think that's going to happen. But then again, I try not to think too much. I try to just let the market tell me what it's going to do. Right now, bonds still look bearish, but see, there's a little pullback on bonds. Saying I'm going to short that. Interesting. Gold. There's like a microstructure pullback on silver. That might be all we're going to get. But it's hard for me to want to take that micro pullback on silver right there because it's not 76, 77 is the better area. This is probably going to drop. It is already. But with bonds not holding below their lows, this is sort of an aggressive entry. I like to wait for a decent pullback. Let's see. Copper dropping nicely. Platinum. Nice little micro pullback there on platinum, but nothing I'm taking. That's another really important thing. You know, there are like 5 million mediocre trades every single day. Those mediocre trades will chew you up and spit you out. Doesn't mean that some of them don't work, but you gotta wait for the good ones. So important. That's another thing that takes time to learn. You know, you're gonna see a lot of trades are like, God, you know, that one looks pretty good. Yeah, just okay, I'm just gonna take it. After a while, you learn not to take those setups. Less is more, especially in trading. We're kind of just slowing down here for a moment. Exactly, the paper cuts. They demoralize you, take away your mental capital, they take away your trading capital. They just better to wait, right? That's the key. I'm just gonna use the restroom real quick, you guys. So let's this market needs to figure out what it wants to do. The only way it's gonna figure that out, I mean, we can get a little bit of a cue with stocks. Look at ES quickly. Blocking out my light a little here. So stocks are trying to drop. That's ES. Ultra bonds. I don't know. We're back inside these lows. This is the key, you know? So isn't it nice when you actually understand how this is working with the intermarket correlations and how to read it with OMA, where you can just like the confidence it gives you as a trader, like you're just waiting when stuff lines up. It's like, oh, there's the time to take the trade, right? It's just so much better. So I like it anyways. Instead of just wondering, you know, oh, I don't know, should I take this trade or should I take that trade? Now we just have a clear roadmap and we wait for it to come to us. That's my point of view anyways. All right. Bonds need to figure it out to really determine what's going on here. And I'm going to take a quick visit to the loo. Let's take 5, guys. The bonds do what it's going to do. Take 5. Just pause it. All right, I'm back. The audio coming in. So we'll see, guys. We're getting this rebound on the bonds. You know, I looking at, we're gonna see what happens, but my prediction for the rest of the day is, if we look at this is the ultra bonds, so you can see the daily chart here. Here you go. Let me bring up my drawing tools. I think this will help. Like, so this is my drawing software, Camtasia. Like, so you see the daily here. This is the Ultra Bonds daily chart. Okay, I'm clear. Thanks, Steve. You know, now you've got obviously support here because, well, we see that there's buying there. But now you've got resistance here. I don't really, obviously, I don't know what's going to happen the rest of the day. I don't have a crystal ball. But the fact that so far we held there and didn't head lower right now on the back of that news announcement, I sort of feel like my experience tells me we're going to be stuck between resistance here and support here. If that's the case, I think pressure will be on metals, but I don't know if they're going to just collapse, because bonds aren't collapsing. I think metals will be choppy, and I think stocks will be very, very choppy as well. So this is what I think is setting up for the rest of the day, because you can see now the hourly chart. We're sneaking back inside the envelope. You've got a lot of support here now. So I think we're probably getting ready to push back higher, and that this was the post-news low right here. So that's what I think for the bonds. That's the ultra bond. If we look at the 30-year, kind of doing the same thing. That's what I'm expecting for the bonds. Yeah, congestion. I think on the 4-hourly congestion. So we can play the hourly that way. And then for gold here, I think you're going to also see some. It all depends on bonds. If bonds can resume to the downside and break those lows and get going, obviously gold and silver are going to follow. But right now, this is one thing that tipped me off to this. This is why I was still kind of looking, is because the dollar is above 109 against the euro on the futures. We're at 109.06. So that's kind of a key level for this week. And I don't think metals are going to collapse if the euro stays above 109 against the dollar on the futures. So, and especially with bonds above those lows of the day. Rates are backing off a bit. So I think stocks are going to continue to be a plague to be avoided. So I would be very careful with stocks. I'm not going to touch stocks. I will be looking very carefully. I think the metals will be volatile. I'm just going to be looking here at the bonds. So what I'm going to be looking for is, I want to see if the hourly here, this hourly at 11, if this closes kind of where it's at now, then I'd be looking for evidence on the 15-minute chart that we have support there. And if we did, then I would be open to buying it for a push back toward these highs up in here, which on the bonds, you know, is 125.14 up to 126.6. Up in there to those highs, right? So that's a big move on the bonds on one contract. So that's what I'm looking for. I don't know if that's going to happen. But that's kind of what I see as a potential opportunity. And I'm telling you guys all of this because we'll see how much. If the market's quiet like this, I'm not going to stand here, and I'm very tired. We had a good trade on platinum. We made some money, and we've had a great week. And streaming is going well. And I've got to rest myself for. I got to get some rest this weekend, get a good night's sleep tonight, kind of catch up on myself, go to the gym a little bit, and come back Monday ready to go, and just make sure that I'm resting before I stream so that I keep going strong. Yeah, it's I'm just tired. I know when I feel like this and I'm this tired, it's not like trading is it's been a good day, and you just learn over the years to listen to yourself, right? Like this kind of exhaustion I'm feeling right now usually leads to, poor decisions. So far we've made great decisions today and we've had a great day. So, why not just end there? I don't have a destruction wish. I don't need to fuck up a good day. And I know previously I'd be so tired and I'd be fighting it. It's like, why am I going to fight it now? Like, it's been a great week, you know? You only typically want to like push through, out of like either making it back or if you're up, you want more. It's like, no, I'm happy. Like I want to just be steady as she goes, consistent. So that's what I'm looking for. So, and I've got a splitting headache right now. So I'm probably just going to leave you guys with that. It's been a great stream. I appreciate you being here. And yeah, Steve, let me know how it goes with your Apex things. We'll be in touch. And anything you guys can do to help us grow the stream would be fantastic. Because we've got, something special here. It's unique on YouTube that we're planning our trades out. We're talking things out. We're doing things slowly enough so that people can follow along and, benefit from the analysis and the trades. Yeah, anything you guys can do to help, that would be awesome. So thanks a lot. Take care, and shoot me an email if you guys have any questions, all right? And keep an eye on this bonds level here. I'm going to go enjoy. I haven't seen my daughter very much. I'm going to go enjoy some time with her, but I'll just be checking in on the bonds and see if this support level holds. Okay. Take care, everybody. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.